We're listening to Tomorrow and Tomorrow from Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. God, that is so gorgeous. I'd forgotten how beautiful it is. I don't remember where exactly this plays in Shadowbringers. I feel like at the end of Shadowbringers. It's been a minute since I've heard it in game. I want to talk about Amanda's singing. And Amanda is so talented in the way that she's able to mix and match. And if you don't know this about Amanda, Amanda is incredibly versatile. Pop, jazz, opera. She kind of does it all. It's really, really impressive stuff. You hear it actually in her vocal quality, but I actually want to talk about some of the juxtaposition between her melody line and the instrumental section. So like right there, there's nothing. It's just her. She starts this. The vocalist starts. It's really hard to pull a pitch out of thin air. Now, of course, in a recorded scenario like this, I'm sure there was an assistance there, but even still. Like that's so hard to do. And then underneath, long sustained notes. But what's beautiful about Amanda's voice here is that when we start with the legato, she doesn't set up right away. For who is the sun, her tea soaked in love. Right. So what's really, really beautiful about the way that she sings is that we have a little bit of a musical theater style in here, but also like a slight classical approach to singing. There's obviously a lot of breath support in here. And also as she goes up, the tone doesn't change. For who was the sun? The tone stays the same. We don't overhear every vowel. It doesn't go, for who weaves the sun her tears. It doesn't do that. It almost sounds like Amanda, this is something that we talk about in vocal technique all the time, about having a warm or an ooh sound or an ah sound. So you think the vowel in your head, oh, and it might very well be that because she starts on a four, for who is the sun? Even though each vowel is sung, the background vowel is an O vowel or an oo vowel, which keeps the height in the back of the throat. It keeps the sensation in the soft palate, raised, lowered larynx, relaxed sound quality. Little complex thing there that I think is worth pointing out. And I really love how the strings underneath this piece are very plaintive and very somber. Well, obviously, right? But the fact that sometimes she'll go up and the strings go down. I'll point out an example. The strings move with her, actually, even though they're sustained. But they're also very subtle. Low strings there. Now they're ascending up as she goes down. Interesting, you see that, the direction shift? This is so gorgeous. Who far, and then there's underneath you have so plaintive, and she sustained who far, and the gorgeous sort of like in between vibrato and straight tone that she does so exceptionally well. hear it? You hear it? It's just so good. Who flies? It's right on the edge there. It's an interesting thing that happens a lot in musical theater, but Amanda does this very well, where it still has the headiness of a classical performance, but it leans into a little bit of the musical theater thing, where we don't, usually in musical theater, we don't have vibrato. Vibrato is a spinning of the voice. We don't really add it until the last couple notes, but here, who flies? It's just right on the cusp of it. So it's so really tender and vulnerable sound. In this choral thing we have it's a very basic choral thing, but it's so satisfying. Stacked. Now it's just the tenors descending as she ascends. One set of chorus. Oh, nice harmony there, supporting her with no instruments, just the voice. Nice harmony there. And then we come into this gorgeous piano. One of my absolute favorite melodies in music, in video games. Love the ostinato on the right hand going into the left hand. It's arpeggiation, actually. Beautiful. You know, and I think you'll have to tell me what you think about this motif, but for me, this motif is really full of hope, right? And obviously the song is called Tomorrow and Tomorrow. There's something so hopeful and optimistic about this, even though it's very rich. You know, it's not very light. It's not just in the upper range of the piano here. It actually spans the entirety of the piano's range. Right? It's a really hopeful piece of music that's full of possibility and desire and well-wishing, you know? It's so gorgeous. I love the way that we cascade with that arpeggiation from the left to the right and then back down. And then we play these chords up top. And then, of course, we launch into this vocal reprise, which is so galvanizing. Yes, we can do this.
From those who've fallen to those who rise, a prayer to keep us ever by your side, an undying promise that we just might carry on.
God, so beautiful.
In a song, pray don't forget
a reprise of what we just heard.
Kin, with one world's end as a new begin, and should our soul scatter unto the wind, still we shall live on.
Gorgeous. So first of all, this little section is just so beautiful because it's very proclaimed. It's very, in a way, it's very like announced. It's not very melodic per se. Bop, 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 bop. Every syllable is pronounced. It's a really nice break from the very melodic sections that we've had in the beginning and then we'll have here at the end. It's very like announced. It's like, yeah, a new world is about to begin. It's very soft in its approach. Key change. Now you get all the chorus around it. It's very ethereal with this echo. Forward propulsion in the strings. Arpeggiations of the piano again. The stars in the sky. So gorgeous. Eternal Winds. I didn't realize that they directly... Now, of course, we know that Eternal Winds comes up a couple times and is, I think, isn't that the theme of the Crystarium, Eternal Winds? And to hear the literal lyric, Eternal Winds, there is just so beautiful. This is one of those pieces in all of Final Fantasy XIV that I think really stands out to me as one of my favorites, where it's just so tender and so melodic and so positive in its richness. There's like a real depth to it. I think because it doesn't like shy away from using all of the like piano range and all of the string range where you were pretty low. And so there's a warm quality that comes out when we are lower in the register, rather than if we were just in this like, oh, ethereal high notes, the high pitches, high everything, and we're up in the upper range of the piano. Here we have a real like solid volume here in this bassy sort of mid-range of the piano that's just very, 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 very warm. Yeah, it's gorgeous. If you like this, there's lots more on the channel about Final Fantasy. I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy XIV. Feel free to like, subscribe. I stream on Twitch every day pretty much. Look forward to seeing you there, and thanks a ton, and I'll talk to you later.